Morning class. In the last class we have done some basic definitions of fraction. Now I am going to start some extra questions uh, with of fraction, and after that I am going to give you the some basic definitions of decimals also. Then we have some questions of decimal. Okay, so in this way we can revise this chapter. Chapter 2, that is fractions and decimals. Now I want to remind you all some terms or some rules by which you add or subtract or multiply or factorize, or divide the fraction. So for find the sum of any two fraction, first we take the LCM of both the denominators. Okay, I am going to give you some quick revision for addition of fractions. So suppose if A by B and C by D is the two fractions, then the sum is A by B plus C by D. Now first we take the LCM of denominators, that is B and D should be BD, and after that we divide this LCM. After that we divide this LCM, that is BD, with the denominator of the first fraction, So denominator of the first fraction is D. When we divide BD by B, then we have D as the quotient, and the quotient, that is D, is multiplied with the numerator of the same fraction. So here we can write it as A into D, and we will do the same thing with the second fraction. We divide BD by the denominator of the second fraction, that is D. So when BD is divided by D, we have B, and when we have B as the quotient, so B is multiplied with C. So here we have BC. So this is the sum of fraction, and for subtraction of fractions, we write A by B minus C by D. We do the same thing, that is find the LCM of B and D, that is BD, and divide BD by B. Then we have A into D minus D with BD, that is, then we have the quotient as B, and B multiplied with C, that is BC. So AD minus BC. So here also AD plus BC upon BD is the final answer, and here AD minus BC upon BD is the final answer. Okay, so note it down. Now for multiplication of fraction, product of fractions is equals to product of numerators upon product of denominators. Or if A by B and C by D is two fractions, then A by B into C by D is equals to A into C upon B into D. And if in these two terms, in these two fractions, that is A by B and C by D, if we took a look, we keep in mind that if these two terms are numerator of this number, denominator of this number, or vice versa, numerator of this number, this fraction, and denominator of this fraction, if it is cancelled by each other, so we cancel it and then we have the final value. अगर ये दोनों डिनोमिनेटर्स इसके और इसका न्यूमरेटर एंड इसका डिनोमिनेटर इसका न्यूमरेटर एक दूसरे से अगर कैंसिल आउट हो रहा है, then we cancel it and then we have multiply it. Okay, so keep in mind. Now for division. Division is so simple. If A by B and C by D are two fractions, then A by B divided by C by D. So for division, this division sign changes into multiplication sign, and we write the reciprocal of the fraction which is just come after the division sign. So it is written as d by c, reciprocal of c by d, or we write it as, or reminding, reciprocal of c by d. So here a by b into reciprocal of c by d is d by c. So we do the simple product of these two fractions, a into d upon b into c. So now note it down. So class, here we have done the basic rules and basic definitions of fraction. Now we are going to start some questions. I am going to start only some word problem. That is the main difficult part in this chapter. Okay. So now from here I am going to start some word problem. I will write it on the board and solution also. Now first is, Priya spends 3/5 of her income on household expenses and 1/7 of her income on personal expenses and if her monthly income is rupees 35,000, find her monthly savings. Then find her monthly savings. So here I start the solution. So the expenses on household is 3/5 of rupees 35,000. So it will be 3/5 into 35,000. So it will be 7,000. 7,000 into 3, that is rupees 21,000, and the expenses on personal thing is 1/7 of rupees 35,000. That it was 1/7 into 35,000, so 5,000, that is rupees 5,000. Note it down till here, then I will explain further. Now total expenses of Priya is rupees 21,000 plus 5,000, that is rupees 26,000. So total saving of Priya is equals to her income minus her expenses, that is rupees 35,000 minus rupees 26,000. So here we have rupees 9,000 is the total saving. So Priya's monthly savings is rupees 9,000. Note down. So in this way we will do the questions of word problem, and for the word problem related to this word problem is related to the multiplication as well as the division also of fraction. Now there are some we will do some word problem which is based on division of fractions in the next class, and this type of questions is very important for the chapter, and I am going to explain one more. If a cartoon contains 40 boxes of nails and each box weighs 3 whole 3/4 kg, how much would a cartoon of nails weigh? Okay, so if the weight of 40 box is 3 whole 3 by 4, that is 15 by 4 kg. So weight of 40 box is 15 by 4, that is 40 into 40. So then we multiply it. First we multiply the weight of one box to the total number of box, and then we divide it. Then we have the answer of total weight of the box. So class, we will do the question in the next class. Thank you so much, class.